Hi again. When it is, but soon it will be October. And yes, October is a great month for goths. There's lots of spooky, kooky, creepy things going on. I myself just love, that month for many reasons. We've got all kinds of haunted attractions and things like that going on. So it's a really, really great month. But it also, October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And again, as I'm sure you've heard, that's a pretty near and dear subject to me. So, to also commemorate and celebrate this month of breast cancer awareness and breast cancer survivors and things like that, I have decided that every Friday in October I will be making a video about something relating to breast cancer and things like that. I will be having tutorials on the Monstera how to make your own breast cancer oriented awareness memorabilia type of things, earrings and the awareness pins and things like that. And I'll also be talking about it every Friday on Dollar for a Zombie. Because I feel like even though it is, the best time of year to be goth, it's also, like I said, it's an important time for breast cancer survivors and breast cancer in general. It gets a lot of attention. And I never used to understand that since there was so many more cancers out there. But I think it's not even just that it's breast cancer. I feel like the pink ribbon campaign and things like that, it's kind of almost like a beacon for all. It is a beacon for all cancers. So I think in the month of October, we should all just take a moment to think about that and the survivors and uh, just show your support. It's like the only time of year that goths can get away with wearing pink. Just kidding. Wouldn't that be amazing to have like some kind of breast cancer rally with only goths? So like everybody would show up in their like dreads and their crazy makeup or whatever, but they're wearing like pink shirts. I think that would be so hilarious. Actually, I think that should really happen because I think it would give the subculture a good name too. So it would be ironic and funny, but like for a good cause. I think that would be really, really cool. Somebody should start that up. Get excited about Halloween too. I am definitely not saying forget about Halloween. I am pretty friggin' excited for Halloween. And I'm pretty excited just for this spooky season. You know, like I said, the haunted attractions are coming back. I love haunted hayrides. Like, they don't scare me or anything, but I kind of go to those things to watch other people get scared and just to enjoy the ride. I love those hayrides. Well, I have to say, there's an attraction pretty close to us called the Field of Screams. I went there. The first year, it was terrifying. It's three, like, actual haunted houses. They're, like, huge attractions. There's three of them. And they're, like, the best haunted houses I have ever been to. They're also the scariest. But I have to say, it was only scary the first year. Now, they claim that they change things every year, which in a sense that they do, but it didn't have the same impact on me than all the following years. Like, I'm pretty sure the last time that I went, we used to get tickets for free every year because of where my husband worked. But or otherwise I wouldn't have done this, I don't think. But since we had free tickets anyway, last year we ended up going on two of the attractions. We went on the hayride because that's I like doing that, and we went into one of the houses, and after that I was done, and so was everybody else. It just not you have to. I do have to say though, you stand in line for hours. We spent more time standing in line than we did in the haunted houses or on the hayride. So that kind of stinks, but we ended up giving our tickets away to some people because our tickets were VIP tickets. Here's the thing about that story. We had VIP tickets, which would make it so we wouldn't have to stand in line. We would get to board first. But for some unknown reason, some of the people at the attractions weren't accepting our tickets as VIP tickets, even though they were, and they were stamped on the back VIP. They kept telling us that they weren't. So for the two attractions that we did go on, we had to wait in line. So if you don't like waiting in line and you've never been there, if you've been there before, don't worry about it. But if you've never been to like to a place like that and you can have the VIP tickets and things like that, I would go for them even though they're a little bit more expensive because their first time is like the best time. And you don't want to wait in line even if it is your first time. Like that so sucks. Like, I hate the lines. I don't know if they have them other places, but like I said, I went to Field of Screams, it's called. I went to another place called Jason's Woods. I only went there once, but it was pretty good. They have like this maze that scared the crap out of me because there was people getting like dragged out of the maze and like dragged back to the beginning. And that kind of stuff I can do when I'm with other people, but if I'm by myself, it'd be pretty scary. And people were getting dragged out of the maze and then they would then have to go through the maze by themselves. And of course, they're still going to get like ambushed by all the freaky people inside. So I was like petrified. I was like holding on to my husband's shirt like the whole time we were there. I'm like, please don't leave me. Oh, it was crazy, but it was really fun. Actually, I have to say some of the best haunted rides and stuff that I've been on are like local ones. One year I worked at, this is when I lived back home, not where I live now. Back home for one year, I worked at a haunted hayride. It was just like this local one, but it was like really popular amongst us locals, you know, and kind of like the Tri County area. It was a pretty big deal. But I worked there one year. I was directing traffic into the parking lot, and for a couple nights, and then a couple other nights, I was working the concession slash merchandise stand, and people were just so petrified. And all this hayride is, it's like your classic, like people dressed up in masks and the guys with like the no chainsaws and things like that. But it was like so terrifying, I think. And I think it was terrifying because it was like I said, with all the locals and the part of there's like the woods that the hayride goes through. Like it would be nothing for people to be like walking around there and stuff like that. So I think it's even creepier because you know the area and half the time you know the people who are working there and who are being like the scarers, but you don't know who it is because everybody's in masks. So I think the local ones, like your homegrown ones, are so much more scarier for real. There's another big one up where I used to live. I can't remember what it was, but it's one like you walk through all the way. I've never done that one. I don't think I could walk the whole way through. I feel like on like a hayride or something, like I'm secure and safe, you know, like if I had to walk through like this barren part of the woods in a small group, because apparently this place only lets like groups of four go in at a time. So yeah, I don't know if I could do that. But apparently that one's like really, really out there. Like they have people that like drive by in cars and pretend to shoot you and shit like that. Like it is nuts. So yeah, I'm getting pretty excited for all the haunted attractions and things like that. So I know this video turned into a very strange video, but you know, sometimes it happens. But yeah, Halloween is getting closer. Next week it will be October. So I want to hear you guys' stories. Um, what are you guys doing for Halloween? Do you have like any kind of traditions, like other than like dressing up, you know? Like, do you go on like see haunted attractions or do you go to like, I don't know, anything crazy like that? Like, I live near, I'm not going to tell you where exactly I live, but I live near Hershey, Pennsylvania, like the chocolate capital of the world. And they have Hershey After Dark in October, and it's supposed to be like really scary. Like, I've lived down in this area for 3 or 4 years and I haven't been there yet. But I heard it's really, really scary. So, do you have any local things like that? Like anything that's like kind of unique to your area? I want to know about it. Especially you people who aren't in the United States or you're like on the other side, like you're like on the West Coast. Because that would be really crazy. Like things that I know like I'll never probably see in my life. Also, real quick before I go, I saw this really awesome thing on the TV today. It was, and I believe that a couple of my YouTube friends mentioned it before. It's in California, or it's a store called Halloween Town. Okay, you like California people, like if you have been to this store, like do a video about it, or like just take your video camera in there and just like walk around and film, please. I would love to see like more details of the inside of that store, for real. So just like, even if you have to like hide your camera in like your shirt and just like video film this store. And for those of you who have never heard of it, apparently it's like a spirit store except 110 times better, and it's open all year. Like, what? Are you crazy? Are you serious? If Spirit Store was open all year, I would probably be broke all the time. So yeah, that's all I wanted to ask you. So tell me about your stories about like haunted attractions around you that are like unique to your area. Tell me what you're going to be doing if you're going to any of them. And for all you California people, tell me more about the Halloween Town store. And I challenge somebody to go in there and like film and make a video because I want to see the inside of that store. So, talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.